Besides daily strikes on refineries and oil installations, Ukraine is also targeting Russia's strategic industry. The units of the armed forces of Ukraine, in coordination with the naval forces, carried out a strike on the Karachev plant Elektrodetal in Russia's Bryansk region. According to official data from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the strike on the Elektrodetal plant was conducted with 4 missiles from a distance of 240 kilometers. Commander of the Ukrainian Navy, Oleksiy Neshpapa, confirmed that missile weaponry had been used in the attack, specifically the R-360 Neptune missile. As a result of the strike, a large-scale fire broke out on the plant's premises. This may lead to a complete shutdown of the enterprise for an indefinite period. The Elektrodetal plant is part of the Radio Electronic Technologies holding, which belongs to the Rostec State Corporation. The enterprise specializes in the production of electronic warfare systems, measuring instruments, electronic connectors, and cable products. According to the Colonel General's Staff Telegram channel, this plant manufactures cylindrical and rectangular connectors of the SNTS, SNP, and SP types, which are used in the interblock systems of most Russian cruise and ballistic missiles. The enterprise supplies components to over 1,500 organizations within Russia's military-industrial complex. Notably, its products are also used in the production of FPV drones, such as the Chimera. Russian sources describe the Elektrodetal plant as one of the leading enterprises in the country's radio-electronic industry. The plant is under sanctions imposed by both the United States and Ukraine. The facility is located in the town of Karachev, the Bryansk region. As previously reported, in August, the first official video of the long Neptune cruise missile appeared online. The missile features enlarged dimensions and a slightly modified design. The most noticeable change is its increased size. This is due to the use of a larger amount of fuel and likely a greater explosive payload, which resulted in a larger diameter and extended length of the missile. Ukrainian special operations behind enemy lines also continue. The Ukrainian Defense Ministry's main intelligence directorate has reported the destruction of a UAZ vehicle carrying Russian occupiers in temporarily occupied Melitopol, Zaporizhzhia region. On September 27th, an explosion occurred at a closed, guarded Russian military base located at the Melitopol air town, the statement said. As a result of a complex and successful operation, HUR destroyed a UAZ Bukanka vehicle, along with at least 4 Russian Army drone operators who were inside. As reported earlier, on September 24th, HUR's naval drones struck Russian logistics facilities on the Black Sea coast, targeting ports in Novorossiysk and Tuapse. As a result of the Ukrainian Armed Forces counteroffensive near Dobropilya, approximately 175 square kilometers have already been liberated, said Ukrainian Chief of Staff Syrsky. I devoted another day to work in units operating on the main front lines, including the Dobropil direction. Held a meeting with the commanders of units and subdivisions involved in the counteroffensive operation. Thanks to the clearly planned and courageous actions of our troops, some of the enemy units found themselves surrounded. The total losses of the occupiers in the Dobropil direction are 3,185 people, of which 1,769 are irretrievable. The invaders also lost 969 units of weapons and military equipment. During the period of the counter-offensive operation, the area of the liberated territory today is about 175 square kilometers. In addition, almost another 195 square kilometers have been cleared of sabotage groups. Taking into account the reports of commanders on the ground, he defined tasks and gave the necessary instructions to increase the effectiveness of fire destruction of the enemy, in particular at long distances. Neutralize enemy sabotage groups in designated areas. Improve the quality of interaction between units. He also made the necessary decisions for comprehensive support of units and subdivisions participating in combat operations, taking into account the worsening weather conditions, Once again, thank you to the staff for your courage and professionalism. The struggle continues. Glory to Ukraine. The Kremlin's fuel crisis now becoming unmanageable, as the few stations that still have gasoline are now charging the equivalent price of $4.52 per gallon. It now costs half the median monthly salary to fill a tank. Crimea this morning. And another Russian inspirative story. A badly injured Russian soldier who has no legs and is unable to walk has been ordered to report for duty in the Russian-occupied city of Alchevsk. It illustrates how the Russian military no longer discharges soldiers even if they have suffered crippling injuries. An unnamed soldier protests in the video above about the treatment of a seriously wounded man who has lost both legs. Despite him being on leave and physically unable to move, he has been ordered to report for duty in Alchevsk. Appeals to military prosecutors have not worked. The man in the video protests. They're dragging him to Alchevsk again. To the unit. Fuck it. He's missing 2 legs. Fuck it. He can't walk with prosthetics. Fuck it. He asks for the case to be made public and for pressure to be put on the unit in question. Unnamed, but likely the 4th Separate Motorized Rifle Brigade, Military Unit 40,318. Whoever is in Alchevsk, lads, let us know. Urgently, for fuck's sake. Call those bastards there, for fuck's sake. Whoever is there, for fuck's sake, give them a proper beating. The case indicates an increasing trend in the Russian army, likely reflecting personnel shortages caused by huge numbers of casualties. Soldiers with crippling wounds are not being discharged and are instead being sent back to active service, even being used as stormtroopers. This has led to the creation of so-called cripple battalions, in which men with broken or missing limbs, reliant on crutches or wheelchairs, have been sent to assault Ukrainian positions. The results are usually fatal. The soldier in this case faces exactly the scenario outlined a few months ago by a Russian doctor who says that men's fitness ratings are being systematically falsified to meet Russian Ministry of Defense quotas. The same doctor says that in his experience, for every wounded person who survives, there are 2 who die. This is drastically worse than in most modern wars, resulting in acute personnel shortages and large numbers of crippled men. Given his lack of mobility, it's unlikely that this soldier will be used as a stormtrooper. He will most likely be used instead in an administrative capacity so that the Russian Ministry of Defense can pad out its fitness quotas, even though he should be at home getting rehabilitation. Someone who crosses themselves in front of Lenin, who killed or imprisoned 10,000 to 20,000 Russian Orthodox clergy and closed many churches and most monasteries, is either very confused or very brainwashed. Glory be to God. A Lenin monument has been returned to Revda, Sverdlovsk region. The 9-meter Lenin, removed from the central square last summer after a public poll, has been reinstalled at a new location. The foundry man whose workshop handled the restoration recorded a chat with a passerby. The woman crosses herself before the monument and thanks the Lord. When told, "But he destroyed churches," she replies, "No big deal. He believed in his soul." Now that Lenin is back, is it time to bring back ration cards and concentration camps too? Hello?
Today is the feast of the exaltation of the Holy Cross.
Well, thank God. At least they installed it. We thought it would be until the end of winter.
But why glory? He, on the contrary, destroyed the entire church.
Well, it's nothing serious.
But in his soul, he believed.
You believed, right?
Of course, every person believes in their soul. But when it comes to 50, even you,
Yes. You won't believe.
And I still believe now.
Here, and now we need to...
I always have a cross with me.
Well, good job. From the side, it looks like he's falling. Here, he's straight. But from the side, no one saw.
And how do you feel about it being removed from the square?
In general, in any city, even in Kazakhstan, and not only in Kazakhstan, Lenin stood in our square and still stands.
Let it stay there, right?
Where they placed him, leave him there.
We didn't put it up. It's not for us to take it down, right? I think so too.
Yes, of course. Well, he used to stand here, so let him stand here then. And why was he moved to the square?
What about the fact that there's no signature Lenin? Do you think it's necessary or not?
Absolutely.
So that people know, right?
Yes, of course. The youth, they just don't know.
Why did the authorities set up the rows at night?
What were they afraid of?
Well, probably they were afraid of publicity.
Were they afraid of publicity?
Because now I turned on the internet, my friend asked me, Val, is it true or not? So I went to check.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.